Welcome to Cantina Vizsla. For the safety of the bartenders and any other patrons, remember to keep all arms, legs, tentacles, or any other extremities you may have to yourself at all times. So come right in, grab a drink, sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Coming to you from the Panic Room in the crap part of the cantina, I'm Sparrow, and with me, as always, is a man who some say his cats have finally overcome his GP. All I know is I call him Stan.
That is an accurate statement. I'm going to apologize in advance. I am recording in the cat studio, so you're probably going to hear some meeps and mews and clanking throughout the day.
They're just going through and upset that you aren't keeping up with them. They were like,
right.
Hey peasant, your GP should reflect on the cats that are here.
That should be like a 10 million right now.
Exactly. And as you can see here, cackling in the background, we have Cotman.
You can't get rid of me. I'm like a bad rash.
I mean, you said it. I mean, oh man, it's been a couple weeks. I mean, but we had Memorial Day going on here in the U.S., so a lot of time off, really good weather. A lot of the COVID restrictions loosening up, so actually finally being able to go out and do something. With everybody being a lot more people getting vaccinated, so it's kind of nice to be able to go out and do a little bit. I'm still kind of hesitant. I go through and look at the vaccine rates, and they're like, "Oh, you could go into the stores without a mask if you're vaccinated," and you're like, "Oh." 45 to 50% are vaccinated, and 80% aren't wearing masks. And I'm like,
right. Some of y'all are lying.
Yeah.
I'm still super hesitant about the public.
I go out with masks, but I go through, and as far as doing people that I know work in the medical field or something like that, they've been vaccinated, I don't have a problem going out and doing stuff with them around at each other's houses and stuff like that. So, but just in general, it's nice to get out and see a little bit more people than have been over the last year and a half now.
Yeah, for sure.
But, I mean, other than that, I mean, Stan, you already said kind of what you're up to, it being bombarded by cats and trying to go through and sleep with one eye open so they don't attack you.
Right. Yeah, so I guess the last episode I talked about my three-legged cat and his little bobtail girlfriend. Well, they got adopted. A great family adopted both of them, and they're just getting chunky already and just living the best life. So in return, what's that?
No, go, keep going.
Yep. Yeah, so we had a vacancy, and our shelter needed a spot for a mama cat to have some kittens, and she did. So I guess they're about 18 days old now, somewhere around there. So they just got their eyes open. They're still kind of wobbly and crawling around, but they're cute as shit.
So cute.
Been posting a lot of pictures of them in the text-based podcast Discord. So yeah, including mom and her kittens, we are now up to 10 cats in the house.
You make me feel so much better about myself.
Well, to be fair, the four little ones, they're easy. Mom just plops down and they go to town, and we don't have to do much with them. But that's
that's a good mental image.
That is what she said.
Hey, that's
just plop down and then go to town.
Plop down and go to town.
That's it, man. We were. I feel I got a connection with this cat. We were there while she gave birth at about 2:00 in the morning. So that was fun for all involved. But they know what to do. It's crazy.
Oh man. So, Cotman, can you top that?
Not at all. I've just been on summer break, had to move classrooms. Made it through the entire coronavirus pandemic without catching it, but then was felled by a stomach virus last week, which That was bad. But just taking it easy, and I started watching Victoria on Amazon Prime, which is the most peaceful show ever. It is just a masterpiece theater show.
Nope.
So I've been
Well, I
watching
know
that
nothing about the
since,
show. Are you
that's
being
pretty much it.
facetious, or is it?
Oh, it's so
actual
chill.
show?
No, I'm being completely serious. Have you ever seen Downton Abbey?
No, of course not.
Think of it as like a less soapy The Queen. Except it doesn't have all the soapy aspects to it.
But does Victoria have a secret?
She does not.
What kind of
In
show
fact,
is
she just detests secrets.
I don't know if I'm on board with this.
And Sparrow's just looking quizzical right now.
You know, I've seen Downtown, or parts of Downtown Abbey, and heard about it. I've not seen anything with Victoria.
It's not the typical fare. I was going to watch something action-based, try Jack Ryan, and was like, I just need something calm. After the school year, after the COVID, just give me calm.
Makes sense.
How about you, Sparrow? What you been up to?
Oh, just a little bit of everything. Really just enjoying the weather. Work's been just a pain in the butt, really. Go into the office and, you know, the AC decides not to work as it finally actually gets warm out here, so it's 90, 95 out. And no AC, so by the end of the day, it's just like, I'm not doing any work. I'm just trying not to pass out and trying to get into my car for AC and getting home. And then my brother came in from North Carolina. My dad's been just kind of nonstop golf since he's retired. So I've been playing a lot of golf, and I woke up the other morning with, I was like, oh, it's trigger finger in my pinky. So I go through and close my hand, and when I try to open it, my pinky finger just stays curled and then decides to randomly pop up.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a real thing apparently. I did not realize it was a thing, and yeah, no idea where it actually came from, but like definitely not. I don't know. I'm hoping and just resting it and it'll go away. It does not feel comfortable right now.
Impact your SWGOH.
Yeah, no, got my thumbs.
Which hand is it?
My left pinky.
Okay.
So
are you lefty?
no, nope.
Okay.
Ambidextrous, you know.
Okay.
I'm not afraid of which hand to use. Always had available. But other than that, I mean, went through it actually today at work, was going through doing inventory, and they're like, oh, I'll just take them out for lunch. I'm like, all right. Sat there waiting for our lunch to show up, and I pull out my phone and do some of my dailies at refresh and hit the raid and do a last little bit of territory wars, and one of the guys is like, hey, my buddy plays that. Which was the first experience I've had of someone actually knowing what SWGOH was. So he's like, oh, let me text him. I was like, all right. Because apparently his buddy's like into the YouTubers and a lot of the other stuff. I was like, yeah, I know. I've went through and talked and been on a couple of the YouTubers channels and everything before. And he's like, oh, really? Went through and freaked out his friend. He's like, friend apparently has played for pretty much since launch, but he took a year break. So he's like, oh, let me see where he's sitting at. And his friends ask him, oh, see what his gamer tag and what his GP is. As I went through and told him, and I was like, oh yeah, 6.9.
Nice.
And the kid's like, oh, I'm at 2.9.
Oh.
Yeah, definitely. As Darth Revan, Jedi Revan, definitely could tell. Basically, it seemed like he took a break right after that. Both Revans came out, so still working on a lot of his Galactic Legends. So I was like, they started going back and forth, knowing that saying I did a podcast and everything. He's like, "Oh, ask him what Galactic Legend I should go after. What I'm thinking about this one." I started looking at his roster, and I'm like, "Yeah, you might want to go through." And he was talking about Slicker, but he doesn't have any of his First Order geared up, no Resistance geared up, nowhere near having enough for Jedi Knight Luke. So I was like, actually, believe it or not, probably going Sith Eternal is probably your best bet. He had quite a bit of the Empire geared up. I was like, at that point, if you don't have any Galactic Legends and you aren't really close to any of them, and you need stars, I was like, just get a Galactic Legend.
Yeah,
you'll go
definitely.
from he's somewhere right 300 rank in Arena. I was like, you'll go from like 300 to top 100 just by having a Galactic Legend, because you're going to gear up the team and everything having it for it. It's at that point, it's not what Galactic Legend's best. It's what Galactic Legend can I get the quickest to be able to benefit him. So yeah, it was kind of interesting. I was like, that's my first experience with that.
I have never had that. I've never seen a SWGOH person in the wild.
I saw one in a car on a highway. He was going through. He's like going through, has his phone up and going through. And I was like, I know that game. He had his wife driving. He's sitting in the passenger seat playing. I was like, yep. Well played, sir. Well played. I'm sure you're rating.
Yeah, he's like, swap out. I got a raid, or it's my payout time.
Yep.
Gotta get my dailies in.
I got my arena payout here. I need to get in here and do a few battles, honey. You take this. You take this drive. But yeah, let's get into the game on what we did this last couple weeks with the General Kenobi requirements coming out. I'm sure you were working hard trying to get some characters geared up, getting ready for that. Stan, what have you been working on?
Been blowing that horde. Got set 2 done pretty much as soon as they announced it. Working on the final set. I've got Cad Bane to get up to... He's up Relic 4 now. Just need like 5 more signal to get him up, so that'll be done. I'm just got a farm bow, working on her, and I should have everything. Finished up Dark Trooper, got him to 7 stars. It's plugging away. Kind of halfway enjoyed a light side territory battle last time. We got I know, hard to believe, but we got 26 stars in it. So we were
wow.
Yeah.
The grumpy old man, a year and a half later, is like, man, that light side territory battle's finally getting there for me.
Not too bad. Another 3 months where we have Kenobi and Cam and Cat and what other acronym characters come out. Should be a good time.
What about this round with you? You said you pretty much have set 3 done, right?
Yeah.
So you have
I've got one more relic to get for Cad.
But you have Cody and Clone Trooper done.
Yeah, that'll help on that one mission.
Yeah, well, other than never mind. I forgot. Stan has the gear now, but Stan, the crucial question is: have you geared them, or not geared them, but modded them properly for that?
Well.
Yep, that's what I thought. He's gonna go in there. Cody has no speed on him.
Let's see.
This battle sucks. You can't beat it even if they are relics.
Really?
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
I don't have mods on them.
All right, so they're all just plain old gold mods. I hadn't, 6 dotted any of them, but he does have a speed set.
Okay.
So just
you got some offense or crit damage, crit chance on Clone Sergeant.
He's got I'm still on Cody. Give me a chance here.
Look at this guy. He goes to Shattered Order and all of a sudden becomes a mod.
Right, he's a mod expert, yeah.
Ooh.
I didn't say I follow my own guidance, but I at least know where to mod.
Okay, so I got a speed set on there with the absolute worst speed secondaries I've ever seen on a character, so...
Well, I was going to say, never mind. The speed set is irrelevant then.
Right, yeah. We'll come back to Cody. Moving on.
I'm feeling kind of judged, so I'm going to look at mine.
I really need to pull out my or like a Grand Arena report to see like mod differences, because I've actually been very lucky with my slicing ability with my 6 dots having 20 plus speed on mods now.
I let Grand Ivory do mine, and Cody's got 3 defense sets on him.
But what was that modded towards?
I think leader.
For light side territory battles or for just the general usage?
I think it's the general usage, but leader, and he's got a speed primary, crit damage, potency, and protection.
It's like one of those cases, like going through, it's like I modded all my clone troopers specifically for the cam mission, and I just leave the mods like that. And I
don't use Cody in my cam mission.
Well, I don't either, but I have a feeling that mission with Cody and Clone Sergeant is going to require a specific mod set in which it's going to be like speed, in which you're getting as many turns as possible with Cody, and then having Clone Sergeant just
I see what you're saying.
with a ton of damage.
Okay.
So like a general usage, yeah, Cody probably could be better with that defensive set and everything like that, but specifically for that mission in which you're actually going to be the only time using Cody, it would probably be better for a different set. Yeah.
So y'all pretty much got the cam mission on lockdown?
Close. Last time we got... I think it was...
We're talking about our guilds or ourselves?
Both.
I think we got close to 20 last time, 23, something like that. I have everybody relicked and modded within that spec. I got bad RNG and just went through and got... who did I lose? I lost Echo or someone right away, and then I got down to the end and I got it down got rid of Django, and then I think he was down almost into the red before I ended up getting killed. So I was really close as far as beating the mission. It was just kind of RNG, so I'll go through and bump up. I think Echo and Arc Trooper up to Relic 6, and that should give me just that little bit of survivability and bump that damage up just enough to be able to beat the mission.
Yeah, I've got it down to one shot. I haven't been able to beat it yet, but I got Shock T at Relic 7 now. I think the rest of the clones are at 6. All the mods are just maxed out. If I can't get it this time, I just can't get it.
Is that maxed out towards the recommendation special damage, physical
pretty
damage,
close.
and stuff like that?
Some of it I just cannot get the speed, but
I have.
It's fairly close.
I have more than enough speed on anything. The only modding recommendations I'm not hitting is Echo's physical damage, and that's off by 100 right now. So if I bump it up to Relic 6,
10,000?
Yes, or it's 10,000 or 9,500, and I'm at 9,400, something like that.
Gotcha.
It's super close. In which if I relic up, it's gonna bump up his base stats and up enough to be able to hit that. But yeah, the speeds actually weren't an issue with me. I didn't really have to change a lot of the speed sets or anything like that, surprisingly. Cotman, how are you looking at with Cam?
I beat it last time, and I'm fairly confident because I've been taking all my 501st up to R8 because I'm hitting number 1 in the raid every time now. But our guild only got 6 or 7 last time, so I'm 74 of 80 right now. Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh.
I saw that look.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you're at least close to an unlock, and then you kind of go from there. I'm sitting at... Stan kind of pulled away from me when the last couple rounds. I'm at 57 of 85.
Yeah, we're sitting at 23 right now, so if the stars align and we just get a great roll the next
two
battles, we might be able to get it. I'm thinking it's going to be 3.
Wait, does that mean he'll be finished for you?
Yeah, they need to average what
30, 34 or so, 35.
30.
No.
Well, no, more than that.
No, about 40, around 40ish.
Yeah, you need 37 and 38.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna happen, but hey, stranger things.
Have you messed around with him?
No.
I went through. I put all the Zetas.
He's not
on
7-star. He's crap.
I was gonna say I do the Zetas because I had enough Zeta saved up, but you know, they'll be used eventually. Yeah, man, we went off on a tangent.
All right.
Oh, there we go. I was like, I can even have a sounder for that somewhere. That's been a while. Let's try to get back somewhat on the rails here, Cotman. Or do you want me to go here on what we did this? Cotman left the building for a little bit, so I'll go. I did get my Jedi Master Luke unlocked, and he is at Relic 5 now. General Grievous, I was able to get to R7. General Kenobi's at R8. And Ayla and Mace are both at R3, and IG-100's at Relic 1. And I got Mando to 7 stars.
Nice.
So I do have quite a few of the Kenobi requirements done, or very close. IG-100 is only sitting at R1 because I was focusing on gearing Jedi Master Luke. As soon as I was able to unlock him, I immediately switched from the Kenobi requirement gearing to Luke. So I'll get Luke to 7 and then get back onto the Kenobi gearing. But since he's only needing relics right now, I'm going through and gearing everybody up. And I have pretty much everybody at gear 12. Yeah, Shakti, obviously, I have him at Relic 5. Grandmaster Yoda, I have Relic, so it's just a matter of adding Relic levels for them. And then everybody else but Cody and Cad Bane are at gear 12. And both Cody and Cad Bane only need one piece right now to go to gear 12.
So you're in a good spot.
Yeah, it's not too bad. It's just I had to go through and delay getting that gear because definitely Luke was more of a priority than the Kenobi requirements right now, especially since I don't have Bo anywhere close to 7 stars right now. So it doesn't benefit me to have everybody geared up and then waiting on stars for another character. So I'm actually in a pretty good spot. I'm happy with that. I'm really not in bad shape. A lot of those characters and everything are going to help round out teams for either light side territory battles or another team that I'm currently building. So,
or even just depth in conquest and GAC.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm really not upset with anything I'm having to gear right now because I'm kind of jumping around or had partials of that, having Grandmaster Yoda already reliced up and some of the stuff like that. So, Cotman, what have you been getting done?
GLK, Kenobi, I got his set 3 done day of when it was announced. Just had to take Yoda up to R8, and
we got to give you everything for that.
Okay, what happened?
Don't worry about it. You're good.
Okay.
Keep going.
All right.
All the sounders for you.
I had Yoda R8 and Cad Bane. I had one piece. I took him straight to R5, and I was done. All the other 3 I already had finished. Bad Batch turned out to be like the worst squirrel in the world. I had so much gear hoarded up and so many Zetas, and then I just shot it at him like a dude losing his virginity, and I took them all to 7-star and to relics except for Echo.
And then I threw and now you can farm Echo right now, or no, Hunter just went. Never mind.
Well, what I've been doing is just because I don't really have anything else to use crystals on. I don't use my gear. I've been buying them out of the chromiums, which is how I got them to 7 stars. And yeah, and so like they're pretty fun. Like I used them in this last Galactic challenge, and the challenge is really easy except for the offense up.
Well, yeah, of course, because the Galactic challenges for the last 2 months have been, hey, use these Bad Batch characters. You're amazed at how good they are.
This is the first one that I've had them, and it was fun.
I'm like, sure. Okay. They seem to be set for them.
Exactly. I threw on Zetas on Dark Trooper and Stark because I kind of want to round out my Trooper team.
Yeah.
And then I tossed them all on Bad Batch, and I still have 4 as of right now ready for Kenobi. So I'll probably have at least 5, maybe 6 when I unlock them.
Yeah, 16th. You don't have any currency currently saved up, right? Oh, no, you already have everybody. Never mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was telling you and Stan earlier, it's like going through my Jedi Master Luke timing is probably perfect because I'll be able to go through, build up currency, get all the ultimate mats. So when I do get the requirements for Kenobi, I'll have full light side currency saved up. I'll have complete ultimate mats saved up, so I can go through and just get a ton of shards right away for Kenobi, and then go through, unlock Kenobi, and immediately put the ultimate on him.
Do you have Rey and Slicker?
Yes.
Okay, because I'm wondering, because C and Luke's ultimate ability was so easy compared to those two.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm wondering where Kenobi's will land.
I don't really care. I care more about the timing and having to farm the currency, since Luke really doesn't need his ultimate. That I can just go through and immediately put it on Kenobi. I'm not really worried about the difficulty of the ultimate ability part of it. It's mainly just being able to go through and put that ability on as soon as possible, and not having to farm that stupid currency, waiting for that currency to go through and put it on them.
Yeah.
All right. Stan, you want to go over the calendar?
Not really.
Not really? All right. Well, hey, there's a calendar. There's events going on, and Stan doesn't want to talk about it. So let's carry on.
It's the same crap we always talk about. You're going to get some Omega events. You'll get some assault battles. You'll get a territory war. We're about to start a territory battle. Y'all know how it goes.
Man, the grumpy old man is strong with this one.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm so tired. I probably should have covered this in my bullshit section, but I started exercising again because of pandemic. I am in the absolute worst shape of my life. And I went running today, and it was about 90-something degrees.
There were trees around.
What's that?
There were trees around.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had to go outside his house. There were trees. He's running by. The trees are taunting him by just standing there.
It was rough. And, like, I run on this little running trail, and I got attacked by a swarm of horseflies and other types of bugs just trying to get my sweat. It was the most disturbing thing that's ever happened to me.
Seriously.
All right.
So many mental images here.
So, there's nothing left to do the calendar.
All right. Well, let's just get into the news. As far as going through, we did have our predictions and everything for the requirements of General Kenobi. We did, or General Kenobi. Jeez, who put General Kenobi? Jedi Master Kenobi. But so we had Kenobi.
The new one, yeah.
The new one. We had predictions and everything for it. So we had Set 2 come out. Qui Gon Jinn, General Grievous, Clone Sergeant, IG-100, and Watt. Now, I don't remember who all called Qui-Gon Jinn. Qui-Gon Jinn. But I know I did. Cotman, did you?
I did.
Stan? I don't remember.
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, I really don't remember, but I think so.
I had it
one of
written
us
down
didn't.
somewhere, but I, couldn't
Yeah.
find it.
Yeah,
Okay.
we overall I think we did pretty well. We didn't get Watt or IG 100. I guess we didn't expect them to go that route.
I didn't.
I don't
It
think
wasn't.
anybody predicted them.
Yeah, we were talking earlier. I really don't think it was so. Like, I wasn't expecting that many dark side characters.
Yeah,
Otherwise, because I was basically going through looking at it saying, well, I need one, maybe two dark side characters. That's it for the requirements. I was not expecting four or five.
5.
Yeah, it just was way more dark side characters than I would have ever imagined.
Well, they just they didn't stick to one movie, really. Because he fights Django in episode 2. He deals with
What is the trade?
Watt's in
Phantom Menace.
episode 2, and
Phantom-
in the Clone Wars. Cad Bane, Clone Wars, and it's Cody was episode 3, but also Clone War. So it's just all over the place. So it's not like we could look to one particular thing.
Yeah, it wasn't.
well,
yeah,
you kind of got into the set 3, so let's go ahead and just finish that one out.
yes. Okay. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Sorry.
Go ahead, Stan.
No problem. Yes, we got Grandmaster Yoda, Relic 8, and we called that one. Maybe not that Relic level, but he needed. Cad Bane, like you mentioned, Relic 5. I don't know if he did it on the show, but I think I may have done it in Discord. But yeah, just one morning, I'm like, you know what? He did a lot with the bounty hunters.
I think it was on the
Maybe.
podcast because you were mentioning the episode the Cube episode.
Yeah, the box.
Is that the one where he was Rocco Hardin or whatever
Yes.
his name was?
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. And so then Jango Fett didn't call that one. Cody, yeah, obvious. And then Shock T, kind of called it. We put her in the batch with all the other, Galactic Legend Jedi.
Galactic Republic.
Galactic Republic, yeah.
Yeah.
He's got horsefly jizzle all
okay.
over him.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, whatever diseases horseflies carry, I've got that.
So yeah, out of everything on there, I mean, we did call Clone Sergeant and Cody. We pretty much called, and we all agreed that mainly they're trying to go through and force us to gear it, and also it's used for light side territory battles. It's
Well,
kind of
you
a
know,
double-edged one. They want to make a use for it, other than saying, "Hey, you have to do this just for this one mission on light side territory battles." Now it's kind of forcing you to do it, and it helps you out.
Or
Yeah.
Qui-Gon and Mace. I didn't feel like there was any like duds, but even Mace has a ship.
Yeah, Mace has a ship. I mean, Qui-Gon's and Ayla maybe a little questionable.
It's
Cad
not too
Bane.
bad.
No, I actually used her in the last territory battle, and she did fairly well. Her stun
Yeah,
on droids
exactly.
is great. Bo, I guess the jury's kind of out on her. The rest of them, though, man, I'm not regretting it.
Not at all.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing that really caught us out, like we said, was really just that many dark side characters. Like, if I was looking for 4 or 5 dark side characters, yeah, I probably would throw Cad Bane in there. I probably would throw Watt in there. I probably would throw IG 100. But personally, I was just going through saying, I'm going to limit myself to maybe 1 or 2 dark side characters, because that was what the previous Galactic Legends reflected. Was needed for the other Galactic Legends.
Honestly, feel like Kenobi is going to take C's place as the easiest of the Galactic Legends to get.
Yeah, I mean, other than the negotiator and actually getting General Kenobi to begin with, that's probably going to be the biggest obstacle, is getting enough of the tank raid to get General Kenobi up to 7 stars, and then having the negotiator from there to 6 stars. That's going to be the limiting factor to
But just,
anything.
I mean,
And
think
Watt.
about it though.
Watt.
You could get the negotiator.
Watt's going to
The
be
Watt
hard.
shards are tough, yeah.
Yeah.
But other than Watt and, General Kenobi, where you have to do a raid, negotiator, you could buy at your own pace if you're in a decent enough guild. Every other character on here is super easy to get, but not only that, super easy to gear, like Mace, Ayla, Clone Sergeant,
No.
Qui Gon,
Clone Sergeant,
Qui-Gon. You got
Clone Sergeant
messed
and
up.
Cody are not easy to gear.
But consider they don't take any Chirotech.
They don't take any Chirotech, but they are at the very beginning of stun cuff hell.
Okay, that could be, and I can see that.
I went
but
through and just
compared
going
to-
from 10 and 11 to 12 on both of them require 150 stun cuffs
but
just
these
to go from 11 to
I
12 on both of them. So you need 300 stun cuffs, and that's not including anything before that. So just going from 10 to 12 on both of them, I needed like 500 stun cuffs.
Okay, but you need 15 characters here, or 14 plus the ship. C needs 17 characters.
But none of them are guild locked. You do not need the guild to get any shards for C, where these you require
I'm blanking on it.
you will
what you need
require
for
your
C.
guild to get you 2 separate characters for General Kenobi. I mean, I'm not saying it's not impossible or anything, but you do need a strong guild to make this the easiest character to get. If you're in a starter guild, this will take a while because you have to have your Geonosians to be able to get the Watt shards. So you pretty much...
I see what you're saying there, and
So in order to get this, you have to have this plus all your Geos to be able to get those shards to be able to do that.
But I guess what I'm saying is if you're in a position to get a Galactic Legend, I guarantee you're in a position that you've already at least joined a guild in which getting a Kenobi and Watt would be feasible.
Yeah. I mean, it's feasible. I'm just thinking as far as... When I think of the easiest Galactic Legend, I'm thinking the easiest character... Or quickest character to get. And I don't think General Kenobi's going to be the quickest character. I definitely still think C's going to be the quickest character to be able to get out of all.
Could be. CG feels your pain, and if you aren't in the guild getting a whole lot of those shards, you can just head on over to the store, whip out that credit card, and get you some of these new packs that just magically appear in the store.
The cash panic packs?
Do they have Watt in there?
They
do.
Oh wow!
For $30, you can get 30 shards. That's $1 a shard.
So, wow, that's actually pretty good compared to the crystal packs, the gambler packs.
That's very true. That's 100%. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, actually, it's about.
You also do get crystals with this. But there is a limit of 2, so you can only get 60 shards max.
Still, if I had a definite number, I wouldn't be super upset with that.
Yeah.
I'm looking at what else you get. Oh no, $30. You get 30 things plus 1,250 shards.
No.
So I mean that's
shards.
That's not
crystals.
horrendous.
Crystals.
Yeah, it's not the worst bargain out there. It's not great, but
No, but you could take them from 4 to 5 stars for $60. Plus, you have 2,500 crystals.
Yeah. I mean, overall.
I've said it before. There's
shittier packs.
nothing in this game is a good bargain.
Yeah.
But in this context, not too bad.
All spending money in this game does is just buy you time.
Yeah. So I guess kind of looking at the kit and the requirements, it kind of looks like they're following the movie storyline, and it's probably going to culminate with Mustafar against fallen Anakin. Do we think that kind of tips the scale toward fallen Anakin as the dark side Galactic Legend? Because they like to reuse just reuse the content.
I can't get past the fact that a 5-minute character would be a galactic legend.
Right. that nobody in the galaxy knows of.
Oh no, yeah. Nobody knew that Anakin Skywalker turned to Darth Vader.
The younglings
Right.
did. The younglings did. The younglings definitely did. For a very short time. They were like, hey, Anakin, what's up? Ooh. You
Shit,
aren't
it's
Anakin
always-
anymore, are you?
Speaking of, in our little collectibles channel, the young kid, the little blonde kid,
Yep.
he's an adult now, and he's selling autographs of that screenshot of his little wide-eyed Master Anakin.
About to die.
And oh my god, I so want that autograph just to hang next to my Hayden Christensen autograph of Dark Anakin.
That's hilarious.
That would be amazing. That would be your
That would be
your best Star Wars signature in your room. And you have to hang it so Anakin is looking down on the little kid.
Yes.
Looking down at the autograph.
He has the high ground.
Yes. So anyway, sorry, I just had to go there.
No, I still think that it makes more sense for Maul. But I understand where people are going with this Lord Vader. I just think it'll be complete bullshit.
Yeah, I'm pretty much convinced it's going to be following Anakin at this point, unless they're changing things up and they need the extra time to complete a different galactic journey. And
Well, let
that's
me ask you this. Sparrow hit the nail on the head last time. I think it was Sparrow. You said that it was Galactic, Kenobi was going to be the Galactic Republic Galactic Legend. Was that you that said that?
Yeah.
Okay, which was pretty much borne out in his kit, which we'll probably get to in a second here. What faction is Anakin gonna lead? Unaligned Force users, whiny bitches.
Just Sith.
What? What's he gonna?
I mean,
he's definitely aligned. He has sworn himself to the dark side.
Well-
Exactly. So, but we already have a Sith Galactic Legend.
Is he
Whereas-
wasn't a Sith? He's
Now-
more
now-
geared towards Empire.
Here's my argument. But the Empire hasn't been formed yet.
Yeah.
But here's my argument. Maul could be a scoundrel, unaligned Force user, and a Mandalorian.
Yeah.
And Scoundrel.
Did I say scoundrel? I thought I said scoundrel. But those would be. Then you could also introduce like the cool Gar Saxon instead of the lame one we got, where he's got like the ball helmet. I just think there's more potential.
Yeah, with everything like that, I mean, with the event that came, or the leaks of the event that came out and everything, with them going through and doing the battle with the high ground and everything like that, it does lean a little bit more towards Lord Vader or Fallen Anakin in that aspect of it. But when I go through and start thinking about it with character-wise, I still lean more towards Maul, mainly because the character crossover is way too high with Kenobi. So, pretty much any one of those characters that we have as a General Kenobi requirement could just as well be needed for Anakin. Or Fallen Anakin. Hey, he'd spent just as much time with Mace. He spent just as much time with Ayla. He spent all his time with General Kenobi, so technically that should be a requirement. He was there for everything with Bo-Katan. Qui-Gon? Well, Qui-Gon founded him to get him to become a Jedi, or a Padawan to begin with. He fought General Grievous just as much. He was there for all of Watt. He was there with Clone Sergeant. He was there with Cody. It's like Grandmaster Yoda told him that he wasn't going to be a Jedi Master, which pissed him off, and told him everything about Ahsoka and everything like that. The only characters I could see about adding on there would be Ahsoka, Padme, Rex.
Yep.
Would be
I agree.
Be the three, but like every other character, I'm like, wait, he was there with Kenobi for every single one of these characters. So the crossover and trying to think of what other characters you would add, and the other characters you would add would be like, hey, you need Emperor Palpatine. You need Palpatine to go through and do Fallen Anakin because that's who drew him to the dark side, but he's required for C. So once again, you have a crossover there.
Okay.
That's where I'm having that hard time with seeing Fallen Anakin or Lord Vader show up, is because I'm trying to think of the requirements, and all of them are, or the majority of them are already required with people already having them relicked up, and that was the big thing with Kenobi. Everybody was looking for the characters that people did not have relicked. And I cannot find characters in my head for Anakin or for Lord Vader that people don't already have relicked up.
And see, I can give you 10 characters right now who I think would go with Galactic Legend Maul that have not been used for any of them.
And that's,
you got Cat.
and that's exactly why I'm thinking Maul, because exactly that reason. You have characters that people do not have geared up, where I can't come up with that for Lord Vader.
Because Cat's the person who found him, or who arrested him.
Mm-hmm.
So that works. You could use Ezra. You could use Kanan, because he blinded Kanan.
Yep.
You could use Gar Saxon, because he was his lieutenant. You could use
Kira,
yeah.
You can use
Kira, because they went... Yeah, there you go. I mean, there's a lot that are just more open.
You could have technically a little crossover with Qui Gon.
Mm-hmm.
Or actually Old Ben.
Yeah, because they fought in Rebels, exactly.
Yeah,
so
and that would be a cross,
as you said.
Yeah, and that would be a cross. Yeah, that's why I leaned more towards Maul. You could add Savage.
Ooh, good one.
Yeah,
the Night Sisters.
Yeah,
so you could add any of them, like Mother Talzin, Old Daka, Asajj.
Well, Mother Talzin is his mom.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I mean, there's a ton of characters that give me the leaning towards Maul if I was looking at a character development and roster development, making people gear characters. I lean a lot more towards Maul than Lord Vader.
Yeah,
Lord Vader, I just don't see a spot in the game other than the name.
We're going to kind of get into Star Wars spoilers here too, but I mean, there's kind of underworld stuff going on with Bad Batch, and we know that's where Maul is at this point. It is very likely he can show up in the Bad Batch series and have them as a requirement as well.
Yeah, and Bad Batch is leaning towards Ahsoka and Maul both right now.
Yeah, and I think that's just it, because Cat is this big new character. Cat didn't have anything to do with Fallen Anakin. I mean, you could make the argument, but she dealt with Maul. Like, she fought Maul as Commander Tano.
Well, no,
she didn't work.
That, and it's obvious that she didn't have any idea with Fallen Anakin, because in Rebels, when she saw Anakin's face as Darth Vader, it was a shock to her. So she never, she just figured Anakin died with Order 66.
Yeah.
Yep.
And never realized that is what happened to Anakin.
Okay, I'm just gonna say I'm more convinced than ever it's Maul.
Yeah.
I think you're convincing me too, and the fact that they added that unaligned Force user. Why else would they do that?
Yeah,
exactly.
Other than that big that chick.
That chick.
That shit.
Visas
and Commander Ahsoka Tano.
Okay, before we get into everything, can I just tell you one little irritation I have about the unaligned Force users? Why is the first Rey an unaligned Force user?
She used the Force at one time.
Only thing I can think of is technically she didn't decide whether she was going to be light side or dark side.
Well, no, I get like why Rey Jedi Training and Rey are unaligned Force users because they haven't like
I don't get
become
why.
full Jedi.
Mhm.
But the version we have is Jakku beat people up with a stick version of Rey. It's not Starkiller based Rey. I don't know. It was a nitpick. I was just kind of like,
Yeah.
eh.
That one is.
Well, you remember the end of Rise of Skywalker where Rey has her iconic line, "I am all of the unaligned Force users."
Exactly. And they all popped up behind her.
They did.
It was so cool seeing Visas Mars and like, legit she was like made in canon.
Robo-like,
two other versions of
Robo-like
her.
Maul was there, right?
And Asajj pops up.
Right.
Oh man, but all right. Well, I mean, we did mention Commander Ahsoka Tano. We did get her kit. In the
We
time
haven't
we were
talked
off.
about her kid, have we?
No, we have not.
Cat kit.
And this is like
The
one
Kit
of the
Kat.
things that I was thinking about when you were talking about the easiest Galactic Legends to be able to get. Maybe one of the easiest, but will you have a functional team with Kenobi? Because it seems like all the requirements are saying, hey, the best team's going to include Cam and Commander Ahsoka Tano, which really goes through. He's like, hey, you could easily get it, but you really don't have a team that's very good with him.
Well, do we want to do like kit reviews or anything, or
Yeah, if you want to go over either Commander Ahsoka Tano kit, or we can go over General Kenobi's kit.
let's highlight like Cat and then talk about Kenobi because
Okay.
he's
They
the
kind of go hand
important
in
one.
hand. Yeah.
Yeah.
The thing that's kind of stuck out to me is her kit was so simple. It's only 4 abilities, but she also has a what's it called, an insta kill, which is kind of cool.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is with a lot of those, a lot of times the simpler the kit, the better the character is.
Exactly.
Or I should say better the character is. It seems that they have more all-around functionality. Where like the Galactic Legends, hey, they're really focused with this one specific team and very narrow focus, or basically soloing because their kit allows for it. But the bigger the kit, the more restrictive it is.
Narrow. Yes.
Look at General Kenobi, or look at Kenobi from the tank raid. General Kenobi, man, he is still relevant. What, 4 years later? After the take raid? Yeah, Thrawn's the same way. General Kenobi really only has what, three abilities and a unique. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
And it
only has 1 Zeta
and 1 Zeta, and he's still relevant 4 years later, which is amazing. So I'm not really opposed to these simpler kits. I like them because it gives you more flexibility. Hey, Commander Ahsoka Tano all of a sudden fits in a lot of other teams.
Oh, her synergy suggestions were hilarious. Where it has 1 for the Galactic Republic, and it says sticking with Kenobi, Padme, General Skywalker, and Grandmaster Yoda. But then you also have 4 for Scoundrel and 4 for the unaligned Force users.
Yeah.
So I thought that was kind of interesting to have 12 people.
I find it refreshing rather than... That's probably the
me too.
first character in a long time that they went through and had multiple faction teams for a character rather than a set specific team that they designed them for.
Well, you know, in a weird way, it reminds me of Admiral Piet. Because you could stick Piet with a regular Empire team because he works with Vader, but then you also stick him with a Trooper team and it kicks butt.
Yeah. But, so I think the main thing with Commander Ahsoka Tano is really going to be the Force sleep. That's really going to stand out with that cooldown, 8 turn cooldown, defeat an enemy immediately,
Does she only get to insta kill once?
Yes. Well,
Okay.
per encounter. So if you're using her in like territory battles or anything like that, it'll be each wave or each encounter. She'll be able to use that ability to insta kill.
Sure.
Everything else like that, I forget what it was after the first time used. Basically, it just does reduced damage and everything.
Repeat.
But I mean, either way,
Yep.
it's still good. Like we said, it does tie into Jedi Master Kenobi's ability, going through, being able to go through and reduce cooldowns on a character. So it does allow for basically if Commander Ahsoka Tano's in there with Jedi Master Kenobi, for Jedi Master Kenobi to wipe down her cooldown, she'll be able to immediately kill someone. So those two seem to be tied in together very strongly when you're looking at team composition.
Yeah, it looks like it could hit Arena pretty hard.
Yeah, imagine going through, being able to go through and just wipe out a Galactic Legend right away within the first turn or two. Or actually, first turn if you're able to go through and set up the turn meter right.
Yeah, okay. I was wondering, I was looking, I was like, yeah, it doesn't say anything about Galactic Legends. It's just raid bosses.
Yeah, so you'd be able to go through. It looks like it'll be an amazing Grand Arena team, Territory Wars team. You go through and, hey, they went through and set up this awesome Galactic Legend team, and you're able to go through there, immediately take out their Galactic Legend and be done with them.
So, okay, she's not considered a heroic, or what do they call it, a epic confrontation or a hero's journey. But where would you put her kind of in that pantheon? Because, well, yeah, where would you put her?
Looking at her kit, I would, actually, I wouldn't even put her there. I mean, her kit kind of reminds me of Nihilus. It's one of those upper echelon.
So you're thinking Marquis.
Yeah, I'm thinking upper echelon Marquis. Is where Commander Ahsoka Tano seems to be. She's very accessible, but in the right team is going to be really beneficial and very advantageous to have.
What say you, Stan?
Yeah, I'd say upper marquee or lower tier, like legendary.
See, I think she is above legendary. I would put her on the CLS Ray JT kind of tier. Because she is much more flexible than Nihilus was. She's got an insta kill, which only Nihilus and Mando do. She can insta kill Galactic Legends, which neither of them can, because their insta kill only does massive damage.
Nihilus does not.
Nihilus cannot insta kill a Galactic Legend, I don't believe.
He can unless they're in their
ultimate ability.
Ultimate, I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he can. It's just a matter of being able to get his cooldowns quick enough.
Okay.
And Nihilus is one of those all-around characters, because you have to remember, Nihilus was put into a triple cleanse team, which had no other dark side characters. Nihilus is that all-around character. It's like, hey, I just need to eliminate someone. They put Nihilus in there, reduce cooldowns, and basically just hold on. That whole triple cleanse and triple tank teams were all designed around going through, stalling out the match to allow Nihilus to annihilate one after another. There was actually no damage.
Okay.
It was Bastila, and all Bastila, Kenobi, and all these other characters, just to kind of say, hey, you cannot kill us and let it Nihilus go through and annihilate everybody.
But here's my counter to that. If you look at her own path, which has a Zeta, she now does the stat sharing that's become so prevalent, where she has 50% offense, 50% critical damage, 50% health and defense if there's another light side unaligned force user, Galactic Republic, or Scoundrel. And not only that, she gives it to everybody else. So if you're sticking her with a Galactic Republic team or Scoundrel team or an unaligned force user team,
well,
everybody
there's
is
really
got
not
50% health, 50% defense, 50% offense, 50% crit damage. So, but the thing about that is all of a sudden now she doesn't work with just Kenobi. She can work with Rey. She can work with possibly a Scoundrel Galactic Legend, Maul, but she's only giving it the light side.
I'm not seeing a team that's going to be viable with Rey. The unaligned force user, I don't see a viable team in there. Galactic Republic, yeah, you put her in there with... Currently, you could put her in there with Padme, and she would make a good fit. And Scoundrels, there's not a strong enough team to make that team viable either. She's not going to go through that single character, is not going to make that whole team viable.
I bet if you stuck Cat with Rey, Gas... Trying to think here. Rey, Gas, and maybe like a Grandmaster Yoda and somebody else. I think that team could hang with the other Galactic Legends. So I think she's got a lot more viability, and she's going to bring up a lot more teams than I think you've given her credit for.
I mean, she's going to make teams better. I just don't see her having the... like bumping up a rank, maybe punching above their one team above what they should be able to kill. Yes, I don't see her going through like the arena or anything like that, going say, hey, any team you can go through and plug this character in and she's going to make any team better like Nihilus does. If you go through like at the beginning of the game, you could put Nihilus with a CLS team and he will cause the other team problems because of the cooldown, because of the annihilate. You can't do that with Commander Ahsoka Tano. I'm not saying she's not bad. It's just they specifically designed her kit to not be able to do that. That's why her cooldown says she can only take out one character per encounter. That was to go through and prevent that, what Nihilus does.
Okay, well, yeah, you can't go out and annihilate the entire team. Flip side is Nihilus doesn't stat share, so your team becomes a lot better overall with Cat. I'm not saying that she is a like a epic confrontation level like Malik, but I do believe she's above the marquee. I think she's above the legendary.
I mean, to me, Nihilus is above a marquee, but somehow he was a marquee. Just for his use functionality and what he implemented in the game and use. So, I mean, there's always characters that go through and just kind of throw everything for a loop.
Yeah, I mean,
I guess we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, I think she's tuned to really just make Jedi Legend Kenobi even better and work well on territory battle.
Mm-hmm.
Animation's great, again.
Yeah. Because, I mean, there's some stuff, like, in here, it's like BB-8. BB-8 is not, like, one of those characters that go through and, like, man, that event, I mean, phew, the BB-8 definitely fits that status. BB-8 has one purpose, and I always use them with RJT. In that resistance team.
But,
I mean, I guess they does have some sort of use with General Grievous in very special cases for assault battles, but that...
Yeah, but, like, he's got that one illuminate... Like, I consider BB-8 a solid legendary.
Yeah, but hey, if I told you could have Nihilus or BB-8,
I would actually take BB-8.
really? I would take Nihilus.
Because, I mean, I use BB-8 in my Vader team on the Sea Pit. I use BB-8. Me and Wink from Shattered Order have been talking about
the Resistance and Rebel
team
fan.
he does.
The Resistance and Rebel fan.
It's not just that. But I'm just saying.
No, it's like going through. I went through and asked the question, then I'm like, oh wait.
Well, no, I could take my fandom out of it and admit when characters suck, but I do think BB-8's above Nihilus, or at least equal to, which would go to your saying that Nihilus isn't a true Marquis.
Yeah. That's more of what I'm getting at. To me, Nihilus really isn't a true Marquis. He's one of those characters you scratch your head and you're like, how the hell was he in the Marquis with that? He kind of reminds me
of is Bosk. Bosk is not Bosk is above the Marquis level, but he was a Marquis.
Yes, Bosk would be another one that I go through and would add that, especially when you go through and consider his ship. Mm-hmm. You go through and add his ship to it. I mean, he's one of the other characters that really jumps his viability of type of character he is. But we can get into. Then we have Jedi Master Kenobi's kit going through. Like we mentioned, he does have basically a cooldown for Jedi, which is really going to come in handy with Ahsoka Tano with that instant kill. Pretty much everything in there has Ki-Adi in there, which yeah, it's one of those. Hey, like you were saying, you might be able to go through, and he might be one of the easiest Galactic Legends, but we're gonna need some Ki-Adi in there to go through and do anything.
I'm looking at his ultimate. What does his ultimate really do? Okay, so they gain protection up. There's a new buff. They recover 60% health and protection. 35% more damage out of turn. 100% counter, 35% less speed. I'd have to see that in action.
Well, it's going to go through and implement high ground, right? So 35% more damage out of turn attacks, 100% counter.
So you're going to hit harder,
and it goes through and can't gain ultimate chart. Yeah. I mean, I think benefits like that, just like with any of those, you go through and put it on there. It just makes the Galactic Legends super hard to kill and extends the battle out to allow for Cat or another character to lay out that big damage.
I have to see it in action.
Yeah. I mean, going through all these kits are going through, looking at that kit, but you have to remember that kit. That's why I'm thinking Cam's going to be so important with his unique to go through with the rest of the team, just to be able to go through and get that damage and everything else out, where Kenobi's going to go through, extend the battle, extend the health of the team, and then you're going to have Ki-Adi and Cat and everybody doing all that damage, and he's just trying to extend everything out to allow them to do what they need to do. We're going to find out here very shortly. Next week.
Next week.
But what are your thoughts, Dan?
Yeah, I think it looks strong. I think with Cat, it could be a arena meta changer. Cam's going to be a wild card since he's not really out in the wild super strong yet. But I mean, that's going to be changing. I may have missed this. Is Bad Batch usable on that Cam mission? Or is it just shocking the Oakland? They are. Okay, so that's...
No, the only one that you have to have is Arc.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so yeah, that may make that Cam mission a lot easier for a lot of people once they're able to farm up Bad Batch.
Which we'll go through and see the viability. Oh, there were people that were trying it last territory battle, like Arnold.
I think we'll see a lot more this time.
Yeah, Arnold and like a few other clone guys were trying it last time, and they were running it. I think they were able to beat it, but they had all the Bad Batch at R7, but it didn't make it any easier. If anything, it made it a little bit harder. But that was their first go around, so we'll see what they come up with this time, going back in to see if they're able to find a better strategy, or say a combination of the Bad Batch, Shakti, Arc, to see what happens with it. But as of right now, from what I saw, Bad Batch did not make it like a lot easier to get cam shards.
Okay, well, scratch that then.
Hey, but they went through and had a pack for Wat Tambor shards, so you know there might be a pack for cam shards coming up here shortly.
Yeah, could be.
Well, I will buy it.
Stan, you have cats to live up to, so I mean, going through whipping out those crystals and whipping out that card to get up to that 10 million, Cam would be a good start.
Well, as we were speaking, I went ahead and put that Zeta on Cam. Got a 330 Zeta mat saved up, so I got a few spare.
Wait, Stan. Your hoarding has gone to like another level. You have what? How many credits?
1 billion.
How many Zetas?
Are you fucking serious?
Yeah, I'm serious. I have over 1 billion credits.
How many Zetas?
330 something.
How many Omegas?
You need
like 500.
So you have more Omegas than you need to be able to put on
I don't
all
have
those
any,
Zetas.
I barely have any Omegas left to put on anybody.
Well, finish them out. Just do it.
Just do it. You aren't going to run out of anything. How about ship?
You never know.
How about ships? Do you have any abilities left to put on those ships?
No.
Okay, you actually finished that out. Okay, I'm surprised.
Ships are done, with the exception of getting Razor Crest done. Everything else is the characters aren't maxed. So I will.
Yeah, but I mean, what was available to put ability mats on? You have everything done.
I hadn't geared up Garsax, and speaking of my hoard, I was looking at this the other day. Like 4 or 5 year olds ago, me would just be salivating. I've got. Let's see. I was looking at my Carbonti. They've got like 1,000 Carboni salvage.
I'm a sparrow here. I don't know what the hell you're doing.
Stan, you need to get a project or something.
I really do.
Seriously.
I will do Bad Batch whenever I get them farmed up to 7 stars. I'm going to gear them.
Why don't you just throw on their Zetas right now?
I already did.
1. He used 1. Wait a second. Use 1. You have 15, 16. You have 16 Zetas to use.
Let me ask you this: like, how many Zeta numbers do you have available?
Oh, he has a lot.
A lot.
Do you though?
Yeah, he has 16. He has 16 Zetas available. 6 are going to be tied up for Kenobi. So he has 10 available
10.
right now that are completely free.
Yeah, it's not. Well,
what does your trooper team look like? Imperial trooper team.
They've got Zetas.
What about
geared?
What about a secondary bounty hunter team?
I don't use them for anything right now.
Yeah, but you're gonna have to starting next month. You're gonna have 11 teams, 22 teams for Galactic Arena.
I'll give you a pro tip on Galactic Arena. I just
don't do it.
I just let the computer set my defense, and maybe I'll do an attack if I can make a team out of what I got left. But I really don't engage with Grand Arena anymore.
Okay.
Well, when you're hoarding that bad, I mean, you don't really have to go through and worry about anything. Good.
Well, it's not only that; it's just like, okay.
I am getting on Swoga to go through and look at Stan's roster right now.
I am too.
Because there has to be a team that.
I'll tell you what, y'all do that.
Up.
I'm going to move us on because it's getting late here, and I'm getting real tired. The horse fly flu is getting me. So Conquest got a little bit of an adjustment to the difficulty. How are y'all faring on that?
I maxed last one. I maxed out, and I'm into Sector 2 this time.
Yeah,
so it hasn't really affected me.
Yeah, I'm one.
It's a little more grinding this time, and some more RNG to get those 3 stars. But yeah, same boat. Kind of got the red box last time. I'm in Sector 5 now. It's got a ton of cleanup to do because I've just been blasting through it.
How many, like, what are they even called? Conquest credits. How much of that did you have to have prior to it so that you got all 4 Ahsoka things?
You basically need an additional, like,
it wasn't many.
20. It's
it
was 5. They adjusted by 5, so technically 15.
Yeah.
So you really didn't need that much, because I had like 400 left over. I haven't been spending it on anything except for switching out credits and everything. Yeah. And I'm coming up on my first box, and so I'm going to buy it. So that means I'll have 115 now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've got all of our things purchased. I'm up to 135 shards.
Okay.
A few of Razor Crest. I'm up to, let's see, 65.
I didn't buy any Razor Crests because I've been so like fearful that I was going to miss out on a cat.
I think we're good. You get them all at this time. You only have to buy 3 next time, as long as you keep getting the max box.
I am 71 of 85 on Razor Crest.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't realize I was that close.
So we're getting what, 44 in the max box?
Yeah.
Yeah, not too bad. It'd be finished up by the time this cycle kind of ends. Let's see. We kind of mentioned him before. Hunter went free to play today. He's on a 5 light side, so 16 shard. Yeah, 16 energy. Not too bad.
Yeah. Look, you did June 3rd. You weren't too far off.
Yeah, that's close. So we're going to start the countdown to get all the Bad Batch this month. So we had anticipated the 10th for tech, so we'll just have to move that up a couple days. So, what y'all been bumping and grinding?
He's really moving us right along, so we don't go through and look at his look at his roster and everything. As I'm looking at his roster, and I'm like, wait, Bosk isn't relicked?
He's looking at his roster.
Yeah.
I gave up with him.
Yeah, I'm not giving up. Bosk isn't relicked. Going through, he had Fears and Stark and everything relicked, but he doesn't have any other Imperial troopers to go with them. Man.
Oh, you're right, yeah.
I love that he just kept going with that.
Oh, yeah.
Amazing.
I know what Stan was doing. Stan was trying to deflect the conversation.
Put my SWGOH profile in the show notes, and y'all can just let me have it.
Yeah. Roast
well, to answer your question, Stan, I'm just gear saving for JMK.
Yeah.
Yeah, same.
And Relic Jolie Bindo. That'll help your light side territory battle immensely.
The rest of this is just going to be Sparrow telling you what to do.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, remember, up until just recently, I didn't care at all about lights.
Or Grand Arena, or...
Why am I playing this game?
Or Territory Wars.
We're getting into some deeper discussions.
It's because you need somewhere to show off your 3D printing.
The cat,
right? Yeah,
the cat's demanded. That's why.
Right.
Oh man! All right. So bumping and grinding, still working on the Kenobi requirements for gear. Getting the last little bit of relics for Jedi Master Luke. still working on getting charged for Quill, IG-11, and Kara. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Everybody else is pretty much wrapped up, just really focused in on that right now. I mean, geez, Commons has everybody ready for Jedi Master Kenobi. I don't know what the hell he's bumping and grinding on right now.
It's just gear.
And Stan's just hoarding. I mean,
Right.
he doesn't gear
He's getting ready
Zeta.
for the apocalypse.
He doesn't gear Zeta characters anymore. He just goes there and hoards onto it.
Right. When Carbantes become the new currency, we'll be laughing now.
You're like John Goodman in that horrible Cloverfield sequel. You're building a bunker downstairs, and you're gonna be ready.
Yeah.
Okay, just to make y'all happy, live on the air, I've got my Ugnaught open, and I just put an Omega ability on him.
Yes.
There you go. Finished Ugnaught. Finished Ugnaught out.
Yeah.
He is a faction. Him and Quill.
Go through
Right.
go through and get that Imperial Trooper done. Go through and gear up Shore Trooper up and get him relicked, and then add Range Trooper or the Dark Trooper.
Well, the thing is, they're doing everything I need them to do right now. Like, I can...
Really?
Well, I mean, minus tier 3 Ewoks, but nobody can beat that.
Yeah, you know.
I know they can
Yeah.
if you've got relic troopers.
Well, I was gonna say, going through watching a lot of the guys, I think Imperial Troopers could take out a couple Galactic Legends if they're going
They can
through.
take out
teams.
Slicker and Ray, I believe.
Yeah.
If they're properly modded.
Mm-hmm.
I really do like that team. I'm really just kind of waiting to see how it all shakes out with Moff and
Common, you forgot. You added a crucial statement in there. If modded correctly.
Yeah.
Stan's like he read everything and said, "Hey, if I geared these, I could beat a Galactic Legends. If modded correctly." He goes, "No, never mind. It's not worth my time."
right,
Yeah.
never mind. Yep, I'm out.
He's so bad that he won't even do it on Grand Ivory and Hot Details, even though he pays for them.
Oh man!
just-
All right.
Maybe one day.
Let's wrap
Moving
this one
on.
All right. Stan's tired, and he had a rough day with all the trees and horseflies. So,
It was rough. Star
what
Wars
was the rest of the
news,
Star Wars news?
celebration dates changed. If you were going to that, change your plans.
I heard they also, all the hotels are booked up for it.
Oh, that happens instantly. As soon as they release blocks, I don't know. I've got the itch to go, but I don't know.
I want to go not to the next one, but to the following one. Just like this pandemic is just weirding me out
Yeah.
as far as crowds.
It's not going to be. It's just going to be
let's
worse
see.
because people are going to go through and flock to it because they haven't been able to do anything for so long. So, like, the first one's going to be just ridiculous with people there trying to get in. The next one is going to calm down a little bit more.
Exactly.
I mean, it should be a good one. I mean, we should get probably a Mandalorian Season 3 teaser, Book of Boba Fett teaser, trailer, probably some more of the new
Kenobi.
movie stuff announced. So it should be pretty exciting. Looking
Kenobi.
forward to it. Yeah.
Rogue Squadron.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's
Yeah,
going to be
good
a lot
stuff.
in there. Yeah.
Well, the stuff we got out now, Bad Batch is plugging along. Y'all still enjoying that with Omega?
You don't you mean Ray's grandmother?
Right.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it. I give it like a solid B. I don't think it's anything groundbreaking.
That tends to be pretty much anything in the Star Wars universe as far as like the cartoons go until you get to like the last couple episodes of the season. So
That's fair. I
through
really weirdly liked the Trandoshan old lady. I think
Yeah.
she's like strangely been one of my more. She's like Maz Kanata, except for kind of seedy.
Yeah.
Right, and from Cheers. So there's that.
Is she voiced by her? Real
Yes,
Perlman?
it's Rhea Perlman.
Oh my god, I didn't notice that. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Common hate to
Which
tell you
she
this.
kind of looks like a Trandoshan.
Hate to tell you this, but that's where the panic room is. we took over her place. She had the panic
Right.
room and everything already built in. So I mean, we just moved right in. We're like, all right, sweet, this is amazing. Panic room's already set up. We don't have to worry about
there.
it.
He hasn't figured out how to get out.
No, I think we've been spoiled on The Mandalorian, just giving us these huge, just jaw droppers at the end of each episode, and this is just kind of going through the paces and telling a story more on a.
Well,
You know what? I really enjoyed season 1 Mandalorian where they didn't do that, where it's like, let's have cameo in season 2.
Right.
so
But they had to build the world to get to that, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Stan, did we talk about this with Dave Filoni's promotion?
Uh,
No, that just happened.
but it kind of turned out to not be as big a deal as it seemed on paper. I think I've read some follow-up stories saying he's been in this role. They just updated the webpage.
Well, they basically just made it official to be able to go through and do that. Yes, he's been in kind of put in that role, which you can kind of see with the amount of projects that he was show running and overseeing, that this was the case. But I mean, it is a big deal that it was actually put into place and written on paper for it, I think.
Yeah, I mean, anything they want to give Dave Filoni, just give him the wallet, let him have it.
Yeah.
He hasn't let us down yet. A little bit of comic book news with the War of the Bounty Hunters comics. Kira is back, and this is
That who
set-
the big lady was? The big reveal?
Yeah. She's I may be getting this wrong, but she was the one that stole Han Solo from Boba Fett after Empire Strikes Back, which is pretty interesting. So there you go.
Yeah. All right. Well, made it through another one. We'll go through and let's wrap this up and get out of here then.
Yeah, kind of a thrown together show, but we wanted to get something out there before life got crazy again. We're getting our stride back, so bear with us a little bit. But yeah, join us on Discord. Join the conversation in the text-based podcast. Email us at cantinabizzle@gmail.com if you're still doing that. I'd say lead us a review, but
Just get on Discord.
right.
Just to get on Discord and roast us a lot with everybody else. Why not?
Yeah, why not? Tell me how much my roster sucks.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, I feel bad.
That is what the Discord is going to be. Just go through and post memes and everything of characters Sam should actually gear up and actually use his gear for.
I appreciate the constructive criticism or advice.
And he will not
Probably ignore it, but I'll appreciate it.
He will not turn down any offers of gear of modding his characters or modding his roster because he will not do it himself. Oh man.
Swugga Bill Paxton comes and says I have to start throwing Carbantes away. I'm just gonna go full Hoarders breakdown and
start twitching in the corner with the cats around him.
that's it. Can't spend those.
They just climb all over him.
Need 'em.
We can't even see Stan anymore.
Right.
But the Carbantes.
I need them. My billion credits.
And on that note, guys, we're out of here.
See ya.
Before Stan has a mental breakdown of us spending his 1,000 Carbantes.
And we just laugh at him as it happens.
All right, later, guys.
Have a good one.
As you are exiting the cantina, we would like to say thanks for stopping by, and we hope to see you out on the hollow table soon.